checkups are done, as a part of a therapy or therapeutics. When somebody he is not well, or he goes to doctor prescribes some medicines, then also he is taking medicine, he is not feeling well, again he goes to doctor, then doctor tells him you do your blood check done, or you do your x-ray done. So checkups are done as a part of the therapy. Preventive health checkup, very rare people suo motu they go to some diagnostic center periodically, at least twice in a year or once in a 6 months, and they get their checkups done. So preventive health checkup is comparatively new concept in India. First thing I would like to ask all of you, do you believe in the concept of prevention? Not only in a case of health, but generally, you believe in a concept of prevention. Prevention is required, in our day-to-day life. Okay, and it's said that prevention is always better than cure. So here are some examples of prevention in daily life. Seat belt, always we tie seat belt in a car, to keep us safe from any accident. So this is one example of prevention in daily life. We brush our teeth daily in the morning, when we go to bed, after we eat something, because teeth is our lifetime asset, we want to protect it. So this is also an example of prevention in daily life. Helmet, I need not talk more about it. Helmet is and this lock is an example of prevention in daily life. So in not only case of health, but in our, if we consider materialistic things also, prevention is very much required in our day-to-day life. So we have been practicing prevention since ages. So why prevention is required? I would like to have some inputs from audience. Why prevention is required? Anybody? Okay. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Anything else? Any other thought?
Mainly it is the early detection so that you can take care. If
Okay.
something is there, some element and
Correct. Absolutely.
if it is not there,
Yeah.
then you are sure that you are healthy.
Okay. So you can have sound sleep when you go undergo any checkup and everything is normal, touch wood, then you can have sound sleep. And I'm not at any risk, and I can eat 2 gulab jamuns more. Okay, then I can have sound sleep. So definitely it's a concept behind it's a motive behind the prevention. Yeah. No, I am not talking about the diabetic people, not everybody. I am talking about the people who are not having diabetes. So here are some reasons why prevention is better than cure. It's a need of the hour, as I rightly said. Rising risks and higher cost of the treatment. Today, the risks particularly related with health, they are rising, because of change in our lifestyle. In Mumbai, everybody, there are many risks, not only related with health, that I did not tell, but rising risks and higher cost of the treatment. Because of, all these big and corporate hospitals, they are coming, particularly in the, metro cities. The healthcare is becoming, costlier day by day. So this is one reason that why one should prevent rather than, falling ill and then seeking for treatment. That is rising risks and higher cost of the treatment. Next is a rapid change in the lifestyle. Another is growing levels of the stress, population, fast food and lack of exercise. This were not the story 20 years back. 20 साल 15-20 साल पहले ऐसे नहीं था, but now growing levels of stress because of total corporate culture which has come in India particularly. Everybody is running behind the targets, everybody wants good appraisal. So ultimately the levels of the stress, that is increasing, pollution is increasing, then westernized culture, encroachment of the westernized culture in India, because of that fast food habits. 15-20 साल पहले आप देखोगे तो there were no McDonald's, there were no coffee days, nothing. But now this fast food culture is growing, and lack of exercise, particularly in the city, nobody is having time to exercise. So these are few reasons, that everybody is at a risk of falling ill. So prevention is required. Then increasing incidents of diabetes, heart attacks, and hypertension in young people. This is the major reason. 15-20 years back, if you would have visited the OPD of any physician or any cardiologist or diabetologist, you would have found people, you know, who are in their late 50s or 60s. But now that is not the case. The people at, you know, in the age group of 30 to 40, they are also becoming the, you know, the victims of these lifestyle diseases. So this is one of the main reasons. This is the most important. Most of the diseases that do not show any outward symptom. If somebody is having elevated levels of the sugar, or somebody is having elevated levels of the, you know, cholesterol or triglycerides, see, 3 to 4 years or even more than that, the person may remain asymptomatic completely. That is the main reason that why you should check it, you know, after regular interval of time, so that these diseases, they do not show any symptoms. And these diseases, you know, they can be prevented 100% if they are detected earlier. See, if you do your checkup and if you found with higher levels of cholesterol, then definitely you are at a risk of, you know, developing heart disease. If you go to physician, he takes your BP, he told you that your BP is, you know, 180/100, and you are a patient of hypertension, then definitely you are at a risk of, you know, developing heart disease. So if you detect it in a proper time, then definitely you can do timely intervention and you can prevent yourself from a future health hazard. That is one of the main reasons. Treatment in the earlier stages is definitely more beneficial. If you are having, say, higher BP or your sugar levels are at a higher side, then you can take medicines and you can, you know, bring them to a normal level. But if you neglect and if you are hit by a heart attack, then definitely you have to undergo angioplasty or bypass surgery, and that is much more costlier. Not only it gives, you know, it's expensive, it gives you physical trauma, but also it gives you mental trauma, and not only to you but to your counterparts, your family members. That's why prevention is required, because treatment in the earlier stages is definitely more beneficial. Treatment cost of these diseases after they are manifested is very high, as I gave the example of, you know, heart disease or anything. If you can take, if you are land up with some complications of, you know, diabetes, or if you suffered from any cancer or any renal failure, anything, the treatment is, you know, the rates are really skyrocketing in these big hospitals. So better to prevent. So no wonder, because of all these reasons, more and more people over the world, they are doing preventive health checkups to lead long and disease-free lives. These are some WHO, that is World Health Organization statistics, and these are really alarming. 17.3 million, or almost 30% of the total global deaths, they occur because of cardiovascular disease. There are, you know, life-threatening, there are many diseases. There is, you know, HIV, then there is many infectious diseases, road accidents, they are happening. But out of that, almost 1/3 deaths, they are happening because of this cardiovascular disease. 1 person dies of stroke in India every minute. Risk of the heart attack among young Indians is 12 to 15 times higher, because Indians, they are typically said to have bad genes. You know, they are having a tendency of getting obese or having central obesity. So the risk among the Indians is 12 to 15 times higher. 3 out of 5 heart patients in the world would be from India by 2010. So already this has happened. So, you know, if we take 5 heart patients from the world, 3 out of them, they are from India, not even from Asia. So Indians are more prone to these lifestyle diseases, and 4 people die of heart attack every minute. So if you see all these statistics, then you can understand that these diseases, particularly these lifestyle diseases, they are increasing day by day, and we have to prevent. This is ASSOCHAM survey. Around 52% of the corporate employees, they are afflicted to lifestyle diseases. Then people with 50 to 70% blockages may exhibit no symptoms. Not may exhibit, they generally do not exhibit any symptoms. The people who are having blockages, they remain asymptomatic. Not even 70% blockages. More than that, a person who is having 85 to 90% blockages, I have seen him, he is totally asymptomatic. He gone for preventive health checkup, and he understood that I am having blockages. Then he did the necessary treatment for that. 47% of the employees in IT and IT-enabled sectors suffer from lifestyle diseases. This particularly because of their working culture. job, they have to sit at a place, then smoking, then all this, fast food habits. Because of that, almost 50%, 47 from IT and ITES, they suffer from lifestyle diseases. And this is a survey done in Pune, in Hinjawadi, which is IT hub, one of the IT hubs in Pune, that in past 5 to 6 years, the percentage of the people who are above 40 years of age, they are suffering from cardiovascular diseases, it's increased from 8% to 20%. And this is, going to increase in, coming years. This will be up to 30% even. If this happens, then it's not surprising at all. And every 6 patient with a heart attack is below 40 years of the age. So if we see, these statistics in the last slide and these statistics, I think everybody will agree that incidence of these lifestyle diseases, it's increasing, and the only way to get rid from this is to do timely checkups and to follow, doing regular exercise, then avoiding smoking. These are definitely necessary things. But to do timely checkup, to know your status is very important in that. These are some more statistics supporting prevention. That death and disability from the heart disease or stroke, it can be reduced by more than half by controlling the risk factors like hypertension, alcohol consumption, smoking and obesity. So if we avoid these risk factors, and if we do timely checkups and timely intervention, then disability and death can be reduced to half. This I already stated, that people with 50 to 70% blocks may not exhibit any symptoms. And even when 80% of the blood vessel is blocked, then death due to heart attack can be prevented by the surgical methods or by taking medicines. So these are really, numbers speaks for themselves. Across the world in a day, almost 50,000 people, 46,000, they die because of heart disease. 20,000 people die because of cancer, and around 12,000 people, they die because of the diabetes. So it's really alarming numbers. These are some articles that in a newspaper supporting the same facts, that 70% of the Mumbaiites, they are prone to heart disease. And out of 1.12 lakh surveyed, about 75% they had high body mass index, 86% they had low levels of a good cholesterol. This is news in the Times Nation, that BP drops across the world, rises in the India. When a survey is done, then the across the globe, the BP, it was come down by 2.7 mm mercury average, and India, it has grown up by 2.5 mm mercury. So in India, the incidence of hypertension is rising. So what is the need of the hour? Need of the hour in a nutshell is prevent rather than cure. After you suffer from any lifestyle disease, by seeing all these statistics, better you do your timely checkups, better you know your own status, whether I am having diabetes, whether I am having elevated levels of cholesterol, whether I am a patient of hypertension. So better you do regular checkups, investigations, and by your doctor, and so that you can prevent these diseases. So now I would like to throw some light on which tests you are supposed to perform as a preventive health checkups. It is having different categories. First is general medical checkup you are supposed to do, the doctor. This includes your medical history, which is taken by your doctor. He takes your detailed history, that whether you are having any previous illness, whether you have undergone any surgery, whether you are having any family history of diabetes, blood pressure, or any thyroid, anything. So that is medical history taken by a doctor. It's a part of your preventive health checkup. Then height and weight, they should be in a proportion to each other, that everybody knows. Pulse rate, it indicates your heart rate and also the rhythms of your heartbeat, that whether your pulse rate is within normal limits. Normal is 70 to 80%. In a young healthy individual, it should be between 17 to 80 beats per minute. So pulse rate is one of the indicator. Blood pressure, the normal range is 120 by 80 mm of Hg in a young individual, but if your systolic pressure, if it goes above 140, and if your diastolic pressure it goes above 90, then person is said to be hypertensive and he needs some kind of treatment for that. So this is a normal range for blood pressure. Body mass index is a ratio of, again, height and weight. In body mass index, along with that, doctor also does your body fat percentage and your basal metabolic rate. And general physical examination, this will include auscultation, your abdominal examination by palpation, and generally which doctor performs on a table. That is a general physical examination. So these are general medical checkups which does not include any kind of blood taking or pricking. After that, laboratory workup. In that, first blood investigations are done. In blood investigation, the basic investigation is hemogram. It should be done. It gives information about your hemoglobin, percentage of hemoglobin, your count of red blood cells, your white blood cells, and your platelets. Because in many conditions, if there is any infectious disease, then white blood cells increase. If hemoglobin is low, then the person is said to be anemic. So many things, they can come to know from hemogram. Another basic thing is to be done. Almost all people, they must be aware about their blood group, because it is required when somebody needs blood. On that time, grouping and cross matching is to be done, whether the person giving blood to you, whether your and his blood group matches or not. So that is done in this blood group. Blood sugar is done for diabetes. Generally there are two types of sugars they are done. One is fasting, when you are not eaten anything early in the morning. At least you should not have eaten anything for last 12 hours. So fasting sugar sample is taken, and after your lunch, then after 2 hours the sugar sample is taken. It is called as postprandial. So these two sugar samples are taken for diabetes. Kidney function tests, in which we do serum creatinine, blood urea level, and blood urea nitrogen. These investigations are done as a kidney function test to evaluate the overall function of your kidney. In liver function test, we do serum bilirubin and alkaline triphosphate. These are the markers. If somebody is suffering from hepatitis, or if he is having any disorder, then for that liver function test is done. Lipid profile, in that we do serum cholesterol, serum triglycerides, then high density lipoproteins and low density lipoproteins. Particularly these are the markers which are responsible for cardiac disease. Your cholesterol levels and your triglyceride levels, they should be within normal limit. So lipid profile is done. In thyroid function test, we do the hormone which is secreted by thyroid gland, that is thyroxine. So we do the levels of the thyroxine and also thyroid stimulating hormone. Australia antigen is a hepatitis B virus, and which is responsible, if it goes inside your body, it may cause liver cirrhosis, and it is as fatal as HIV, and routes of transmission are same as HIV. It can go through contaminated blood, or it can go through unsafe sex practices. So Australia antigen is done. And vitamin B12 estimation is generally done nowadays. This is responsible for normal growth of the blood cells, for bone marrow, normal growth of the bone marrow, and normal growth of the nervous system. So these are the blood tests generally they are done. In the radiological investigations, chest X-ray is done for the study of lungs and heart, whether for the diagnosis of pneumonia, or for the diagnosis of the asthma. If there is a tuberculin patch in a lung, then chest X-ray is done. Also, to determine whether the size of the heart is increased or it's in normal shape, chest X-ray is done. 2D echocardiography is a Doppler study of the heart, in which we study all the 4 chambers of the heart, whether their ejection fraction is okay, and whether the pumping function of the heart is okay, whether the size of each individual chamber is okay. We do 2D echocardiography. Then ultrasound of abdomen and pelvis, that is sonography, in which organs inside your abdomen are studied. We study liver, spleen, intestine, kidneys, and pancreas. So whether there is any inflammation, whether there is any abnormal growth in all these organs, those are studied in USG abdomen. Sonomammography is an investigation. It is carried out in females. Particularly, it's a examination of the breast, whether there is a lump, for the diagnosis of the breast cancer. Then CT scans, generally CT scan is done, brain scan is done, to diagnose any lesion, any tumor, whether it's there in the brain. Also CT scan of the vertebral column is done. Nowadays CT coronary angiography is done. It's a scan of the heart particularly. The traditional angiography is called as catheter angiography, which is an invasive procedure in which a catheter is to be passed. So it's like a small surgery. But CT coronary angiography is a scan of your carotid arteries, and it gets finished within just 10 minutes, and you get complete idea, same results, that whether there are any blockages in your heart vessels. So that's CT coronary angiography. And CT calcium score is the estimation of the amount of the calcium inside your heart vessels. So these CT scans are done. In the miscellaneous investigations, electrocardiogram is done, which indicates the electrical activity of the heart. Pulmonary function tests, it checks your breathing ability, it checks the capacity of your lungs. Screening audiometry is your hearing capacity. Stress test is your ability of the heart to cope up with the physical stress. You are made to run on the treadmill, and electrodes are attached on your chest, and they get a picture of your electrical activity on a computer monitor. So that stress test is done. To identify your bone strength, BMD, that is bone mineral densitometry, is done. It's particularly for the diagnosis of the osteoporosis. Eye checkup and dental checkup. So these are the miscellaneous investigations. So all these, the general body checkup, then your blood investigations, and these investigations and radiological investigations, these are the investigation one should do as a preventive health checkup. There will be, some plus minus from this list. I don't say that everybody should do all these tests, but these are the, this is the list of the tests which come under, the tests which should be done as a preventive health checkups. So now, as a Indus Health Plus, how we can help you? That now I will hand over mic to Mr. Krishnan.
Thank you, Dr. Chaitanya. So, continuing from this, I represent an organization, Indus Health Plus, and before I go ahead, I would like you to fill in this. Just basic details. Are people who provide all the services, particularly for preventive health checkups, and based on our panel of doctors with whom we have had our discussions, we bring forth to you 4 different basic checkups, and these are basically arranged depending upon your age and the risk factors that you are associated with. A person who has got a family history comes under the high risk category, while a person who does not have a family history of either diabetes or cardiovascular problems, they come under the low risk category. So based on that, we have 4 different. The first one being basic fitness checkup. This includes all the more rudimentary and the basic checkups, of which include, say, a chest X-ray, ECG, and then you have fat body fat percentage, and then ultrasound area of the pelvis and the abdomen area. For women, we do conduct a gynecological testing, because in our organization we strongly believe that women are the pillars of the society, and even it will happen that in a family the son or the husband may go for a checkup, but generally the wife doesn't go. They may push them for the checkup, but they will not do it themselves. So if there is a chance, then we would not want to miss them, so that we have included checkups for women also in the same. Thank you, sir. Then the second package is our primary cardiac package. It's a essential cardiac package wherein we have included, along with the above mentioned tests, we have included tests for calcium scoring, CT calcium scoring. It has been observed these days that people primarily below the age of 40 who have heart attacks, it is because of calcium deposition in vessels. I mean, basically a blood vessels are like a flexible hose, and deposition of calcium on the surface makes it really rigid. So what happens is that for people below the age of 30 or 40, wherein cholesterol deposition does not occur, what happens is that if there is any obstruction because of it, that is where heart attack comes in. And for people above the age of 40, what happens is that I mean, basically as long as your blood vessels are flexible, under increased pressure the blood can flow, but the moment they become solid and rigid, that is when the trouble actually begins. So this is a checkup that is absolutely required, at least in current days. I mean, now we have the ability to do all these checkups. 10 years before we did not have this. Now when we have it, we can definitely use it. And then for women, pap smear test is done. Pap smear test is a test for cervical cancer, and this is the leading cause of deaths in women. And then the third package of ours is advanced heart package, and I'm really proud to say that we are the only organization that offer CT based checkups in prevention. Be it any hospital here in Mumbai, be it Bhatia or Jaslok, all these do have these checkups, but they never give it to you for prevention. Agar you become a patient and you go inside, get admitted, before the surgery they'll do this for you and tell you your heart is in this situation, now do a surgery now. But what we do is that we go find people who are at the earlier stages, do it and say, suppose a test like treadmill will tell you, if your heart block is in the range of 50 to 70%. Below that, a treadmill will not be able to identify, because under normal circumstances your heart can cope up with the extra load. But when we go in for a CT based checkup, what it does is that it gives you a 3-dimensional image of the heart. So the moment you get a 3-dimensional image of the heart, what happens is that it is very clear, even if it is a 5% block. Suppose at an age of say 30-35, you identify that there is 5 or 10% block. So what you can do, you can reduce your oil consumption, you can reduce salt, all that, so that you can postpone. A simple basic economics is that suppose any tablet you take, suppose Stamlo or Amlodipine, something for BP, it costs you rupees 50 per strip, and daily you need to take one in the morning and one in the evening. So roughly one strip will last for 5 days. For 10 days you need 2 strips or 100 rupees you spend on it, and so for 350 days roughly if you take, you'd spend around 17,000 rupees just 1 year for one medication for heart. This is all that the economics is all about. So if you are diagnosed at say 35 and you are able to postpone because of your lifestyle change, then you save that 17 to 18,000 rupees per year, and that is where we as an organization we pride ourselves. And then the last checkup is full body checkup, wherein we include 7 CT based checkups that include CT brain, intracranial vessels, coronary arteries, all the tests that doctor had discussed previously, all of them are included in this. And why should you do with Indus? First and foremost, we have a very friendly and efficient staff. At all our places we have one person, because if you go to a hospital, you do a chest x-ray, they'll say go collect the report from radiology. You do blood work, they say go collect the report from pathology. They treat you like a patient, but when you go for a preventive screening, you're not a patient. We understand it better than anyone else. And because you're normal healthy people, you have your business, you do your work, you can at the most afford to take 1 day off. We cannot ask you to go again and again and do all the checkups. So we do the tests, we give you the reports, everything done on the same day. So that way it is very beneficial. And till date in Maharashtra, we have done about 3,40,000 checkups. We have done this. And we are present in 27 cities and 53 test centers across this country. And in Mumbai, we have about 8 centers. And we use IT infrastructure really well. We have our call center which gives you a call 1 day before, which tells you any precaution that you need to take. Just like not having food after 8 o'clock if you are coming for postprandial sugar checkups. And also we send you mobile alerts that you have the moment you fix up an appointment, you are given a mobile alert saying that you have a scheduled appointment on this day at this center, and your contact person would also be mentioned in that. So all these details we do. And now particularly last year, under our finance minister Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, he had allotted up to 5,000 rupees IT exemption for individuals who take a checkup. Suppose sir, you take up a checkup, then for you can have a discount on your taxable income up to 5,000 rupees. Under section 80D it is given now. Previously it was 15,000 for Mediclaim alone. Now health checkups are also included in that. And some of our partners who deliver our services are Apollo Hospitals, Religare, SRL. You would have seen quite a few checkup centers of Religare also. So they are also our partners. Wockhardt Hospitals, Columbia Asia, they are pretty strong in Delhi region. And then Sahyadri Hospitals both in Pune and Mumbai, Kohinoor Hospital here at Kurla, and NM Medical. And the unique aspect of Indus Health Plus is that we are present in about 27 cities, and at any of our centers you can do a checkup. Suppose you are here and your family is anywhere else, either in Delhi or Goa, Karnataka, anywhere, then you can do a checkup here, and you can also do it for them there also. There is no problem. Every process with Indus is centralized. You can do it anywhere you want. And concluding thing is that we all like surprises, but we really don't want it with our health. I mean, definitely that is something that goes without saying. So act now, take your health checkup as early as you can, so that you can, postpone the occurrence of these diseases. Thank you.